Okay, here's the deal. Yes, I'm in the bathroom. I'm so sorry that if you are here because I have cute aesthetic backgrounds, which actually I don't know why you would ever be on this channel for that reason. All of my stuff, all of my books, everything is packed, and yet I'm committed to continue to push out content and make content. So I'm here to do a little August wrap up because I never really do wrap ups, and I actually read 10 books in August, which is a lot for me. And I just feel like September is getting away from me already, even though it's only the 4th as of today. Hopefully this is going to go up tomorrow, but we'll see. But let's just talk about all the books that I read in August. And I do have a couple themed vlogs in which I went over most of them, but I also have some that are not in either vlog, so I'll try to remember to discuss which is which whenever it pops up. So I'm gonna actually talk about these in the order of my least favorite to my most favorite, just because I feel like it's always good to end on a positive note. Let's start with my least favorite, which isn't a vlog, but the vlog is not posted yet, but it will be relatively soon. I think maybe in another week or so. So my least favorite book that I read this month was The Thursday Murder Club. I'm so sorry. I genuinely think that I have no idea what was going on in the book, and I think that was because it was written badly. I think the author didn't know how to write a book. I actually had a conversation with my mother, who I would consider to be intelligent, and she said that she didn't know much about what was going on either. So that made me feel a little bit better, but then she liked the movie, so the movie kind of put everything together for her. So I do think I will watch the movie, but this was a 2-star for me. I'm so sorry if you loved it. Okay, number 9 for me is gonna be The Serpent and the Wings of Night, which is a fantasy romance book that's incredibly popular. So you probably heard of it, but again, this was like a 2.5. I did enjoy a couple things about it. This one, I do feel like I understood what was going on. I just didn't enjoy what was going on. It's like about this girl who's the adopted daughter of the Vampire King. I think for me, my main question I kept asking myself is why should I care? Why should I care about her? Why should I care about these stakes? Why should I care that we're in this arena? And I just didn't care. I just had so little investment in our main character, and I'm very sorry for that. Number 8 is going to be in a similar vein in that it was also a fantasy romance, but this one I enjoyed more on a 3.5 level, because I did enjoy our character a lot. I found her backstory intriguing, and I just think that the magical elements of this was good. Did I say the book? It's called Of Beast and Beauty, and it was just a good time. I did care about our character, but I'm not sure I was super intrigued to continue the series, so that's why it's 3.5. I did like our love interest. I think the author did a good job putting our character in certain circumstances that would make it so that this was kind of like an arranged marriage situation, but the husband kept talking to the wife without realizing he was talking to the wife because of fantasy reasons that I think they were good. I think it was done well, and I enjoyed it. I just have I read other fantasy romances I like? I don't know. That's my perfect fantasy romance is Strange the Dreamer, which I need to reread. That's what I need to reread, because that's my perfect fantasy romance. But I think I said in the vlog that I read this for, I was I don't know if I found a perfect fantasy romance. And I thought later on, off camera, I was oh, Strange the Dreamer, that's my perfect fantasy romance. It'd be more perfect if it was gay. Number 7 for me is going to be Funny Story. And this was a 4-star read, so this was a good book, and I enjoyed it. It just, everything else from here on out is 4 or up. So not only did we read a lot, we had a great reading month on top of that. So love that for me. But Funny Story is a contemporary romance by Emily Henry. Again, super popular, you probably heard of it. And the characters were great, the romance was great, the humor was great. I had a great time. I listened to this with my best friend on a road trip, one of my best friends on a road trip, and we just had a great time. She didn't finish it. We listened to half of it, and then I finished it on my own sometime in August, and I had a great time. I mean, Emily Henry, she needs no introduction. I'm sure you've heard about her books. If you haven't heard about her books, she seems to be for the girlies who don't love romance that often, and I would consider myself to be someone who does enjoy traditional I prefer a rom-com. I think Emily Henry, and I kind of enjoy a silly, stupid time. I think Emily Henry, she kind of is a little more serious in the romance books. So if you're which I think when people are reading, they're looking for a little bit more along those lines. But when it comes to romance, I just need a lot of humor, and it's funny because it's funny story, but I just think it could have been funnier, but it was funny. Okay, next I've got The Wife Before by, I want to say, Shannara Williams, who I remember Brie was talking about in a TikTok or a vlog or something. And this is about this woman who gets married to this guy, and there's like a certain, I don't want to spoil anything. Because I just want to go with what the synopsis says, and I've said so little about this in the vlog that I did it in. It was just like a little weekly vlog, and I just think it was a great idea for a premise. I will say that our woman ends up going to Colorado with this man, and like his ex-wife has like a shed, and the shed has like the late wife's diaries. So that was just, it was just so well done. So well done. And it made me want to read more thrillers for sure. Okay, next up, we've got The 13th Tale. This one is about a woman who's like a famous author, and she had published like beginning of her career all of these like stories, and it was originally called The 13th Tale, but then she took out The 13th Tale, and then everyone has always been like on the hunt for like, what was it that she took out? Like, what's the big mystery? And I think the answer to that is very satisfying. I think that the characters were interesting. I think the writing in here is so good. I think the appreciation for storytelling is so good. It's great. That one is in my Reading Like a Leo vlog, which I just had so much fun with that. I had so much fun with that video, and I think all of the remaining top reads that I did are from that video, I think. Okay, no, there's one that's not from that video, but a lot of hits came from that video, like the next one, which is Queenie, which is about a woman who works at like a newspaper, but it's set in like London, and she has like a breakup at the beginning, but she's kind of like not believing in the breakup. She doesn't think the breakup is real, and they're gonna get back together. But while they're on this break, she just like is very much exploring her sexuality, all this stuff, and it was so funny. That was a funny book that was just interesting. Like there's just all these like scenarios that she gets into. I had a great time. I just had a great time with that one as well. But definitely recommend it. I think I remember seeing like bad reviews. I don't get it. I loved it. Okay, the next one is this one now in the top 3 here, and I've got The Unlikely Heir, and I absolutely loved this book. This is a male romance where one of them is from California and one of them is from Wales, and the guy from California is now going to be the Prince of Wales, but he starts to have feelings for the person. He's the prime minister, and there's like all this stuff like politically with the prime minister and the Prince of Wales, or like they are not really allowed to like intermingle because of it's a conflict of interest and stuff. It was absolutely beautiful. The ending to this book was just, I love those characters. I absolutely love those characters. I think the book, that when I say rom-com, like this is what I want. Like this was so funny. My favorite line that I think I said incorrectly in the weekly vlog, the actual joke is, what do you get when you mix a rhetorical question with a joke? That has my favorite line from the book. So definitely recommend that. If you think that joke is funny, you should absolutely read the book. Okay, especially if you want more male romance, highly recommend it. Okay, and then these last 2 are from my Leo video, and the number 2 is going to be The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which holds a lot of nostalgia for me because we had a VHS tape of it, but I just loved it. I just absolutely loved it. It was so charming and adorable, and just like these characters, like I see them on screens, like I feel like I had like this coming home feeling. Like I just, I've seen other reviews that people were like, I enjoyed this as a child, I didn't enjoy it as an adult. For me, I still enjoyed it. I still enjoyed it a lot. I think it's very influential. It's much more influential on things than I think it gets credit for. Personally, just a great time. Again, super popular, super well-known book. And then finally, my number 1 favorite read of the month was Flowers for Algernon, which is about this character named Charlie who is mentally challenged, and these doctors like find this experiment in which they can improve his intelligence, but just everything this book says and does and talks about is just, I wish that the book was like a 12-book series, because like I think so much happens in here. Like we could have so many conversations pulled from this book and discuss this book, like, and I wish I could like read this in a classroom setting so badly, because it talks about, the whole theme of it is like intelligence, like rat named Algernon that has like the same test given to him, and it just, I don't want to spoil anything about the book. I'm sorry, I just don't want to spoil anything about the book. Just know that if you would be curious to read a story about someone like becoming incredibly intelligent and just like how the world treats them based off of that, like you should absolutely read this. Of course, it's also like an award-winning book. Like it won the Hugo and the Nebula, I believe. So like, don't just take my word for it. There you go. So those are all the books that I read in August. So please let me know, what was your favorite book that you read this month? What else did you read? I will leave my Instagram, Goodreads, and my TikTok in the description if you'd like to check it out. Otherwise, have a great day. Bye.